All right, thank you very much. Our next guest focuses on breath work, and he is sharing his practice with us. Thank you so much. We are joined by our friend Alex. Okay, you say it's more than just about breathing, it's about connecting. What is breath work?
Right, so to me and to all the people that I know, breath work is a way of connecting your mind and your body so that you can get back to yourself and be aware of how you're feeling at any given moment throughout the day, week, month. And it's really about gaining that control back over your system.
Okay, the mind-body connection, I love it. I have heard that this is life-changing. Why do you say that we all need it?
I think especially now, during kind of the time we're in our world, it's a way to get back to yourself. It's a way to reset. If you're talking all day, if you're anxious about traffic, if you're anxious about work, if you're giving a presentation,
social media,
all of it.
Yes.
It's a way to just come back to yourself and really notice and become aware of, this is what I need in this moment.
Okay, so Larissa got to try this out, and you say this is really for everyone, but you also say there are different variations. What Larissa did is not the same as what you might do with another client. Talk about those different types of breath work.
Sure, so generally I do what are called transformational breathwork journeys, and this is to move energy. It's to crack open your subconscious, release any traumas, whether they're verbal, physical, you've forgotten about them, and just clear them from your system. What I did with Larissa was more of a regenerative journey where she basically took an hour-long nap without taking a nap. And it just really resets your nervous system, it balances you out so that you're not too much of either side of your nervous system.
Okay, that's so interesting. And I want to go back to that energy being stuck.
Sure.
I was just on the phone with someone earlier today, and we were talking about traumas, but it all resides on the client or patient to be able to talk about their feelings. This sounds like you don't necessarily need that.
You don't. So the great thing about breathwork and these types of somatic journeys that I take people on is that you don't have to re-experience the trauma before you release it. You just acknowledge that it's there and then you release it. And instead of having to go back in your mind and actually relive something that was horribly traumatic, you get to just bring it up and release it. And then you get to clear out your system. And most of the time you can re-imprint positive or different intentions that you might have moving forward throughout your life.
How many sessions does it take to actually create that change?
Sure, it depends on the person.
Okay.
So some people, I've had clients where one session clears absolutely everything and they're good to go. And then they might call me up and we might have a discussion about it if they're feeling certain things. Some people it takes 3 or 4 sessions, and some people like to just continually do it so that they can excavate more and more and more as the sessions go on.
I'm sure you have some amazing stories from clients. Do you have any that you could share? We won't say any names, clearly, but anything that sticks out?
I have one client that felt, they're based here in Nashville, and during their session they felt as if there was an earthquake happening. In their body, they literally felt the room shaking like there was an earthquake happening. And then they realized as I pulled them out of it and we were discussing afterwards what came up, what didn't come up, you know, what are they looking for moving on in the next few days. And they realized that they had buried a trauma where they were in an actual earthquake, a huge earthquake a few years back, and thought they were okay with it, but they obviously weren't. So they released that trauma from their system.
And released that energy. So incredibly powerful. Thank you so much for what you do. I can't wait to come see you myself.
Definitely.
Oh, wow. Thank you again. You at home can learn more about breath work. Visit Holguin.com and follow him on social media.